Buck is excited. You ready? Usually when I say you ready, he wags his tail. He just wagged it while I was walking. You ready? Yeah. You ready, big boy? The weather cleared up a little bit this evening. It hasn't been raining now for a few hours. Oh, look who's here, the chipmunk. Simon. Where is he? Oh, wait, I just seen him. He's underneath the plant right there. Up. Now the chipmunks are starting to come out, which I love when they come out because they're so cute. I don't have peanuts for you. I have corn. Oh, the weather is nice this evening. Not that windy like it was this morning. It got a little warmer, believe it or not, like later on in the day. Like now it feels a little warmer than it did this morning. I mean, it's not cold out. It wasn't cold, but I'm just saying it just feels a little warmer. Buck is eating his dinner. Got him apples and strawberries. You know, when I cut the apples and strawberries up in my house, oh, it smells so good. When I'm sticking them inside his bowl, I'm like, it smells so good. It opens up my appetite where by the time I get inside the house, I'm like hungry. But then I'm in the mood for like dessert. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, no, I have to have dinner. It's dinner time. Wait, you want to buy your bucket? You don't know what you want to do. It looks like he wants in his bucket. The way he's walking away. Did you drop that? You dropped two pieces of apples you dropped, boy. Yeah, eat your apples. Dropped 2 pieces of apples. Look how long his antlers got. My gosh. Look, your antlers got so long. So long. My big boy. Mommy loves you so much. You want your bucket? Yeah? Come on. All right, chew those apples. Be careful. All right, let's put it. He left all the strawberries. He's so funny. I swear. This deer is so funny. And then he has the butternut squash in here. And the seeds, which I know he loves the seeds. I put a lot of seeds in there. Hold on, guys. Let me grab the rest. I don't want to jip him and give him all of it. Oh, your water got dirty this evening. A little bit. Not that much. Oh, so nice out. Besides it being cloudy all day. You were hungry, big boy? He was already at the spot waiting. I didn't have to call him for dinner today. Yesterday, I had to call him. Well, no, not yesterday. The day before yesterday, I had to call him for dinner. So nice out. And I can't believe everything's turning green. Look. I don't even have to zoom in. You can see the green. Everything is growing, even down there. And then over there too. It's starting to get green. Over here, it's taking its time for some reason. My husband said he didn't put the seeds in front of the bucket, like close to the buckets. He didn't put the seeds because he said Buck is going to be stepping on it all the time. So it's going to, like, he thinks like Buck is going to mess up the seeds from growing. So he didn't put no seeds like this area right here. Like where Buck is standing, for example, and where the buckets are, like underneath the buckets. Last year, I put seeds everywhere. I told my husband, I was like, why didn't you just put it everywhere? He was like, no, because he's going to step on it and he's going to mess it up from actually growing. He's not going to, like, make them grow right from him stepping on it and squishing the seeds every day. I was like, oh my God. But everything is growing. Buck is doing good. I don't want to jinx this, so I'm just going to say the bloodsuckers. You guys know what I mean. I don't see nothing like that on him. I'm going to call them bloodsuckers because I don't want to jinx it by saying the actual word of what they are. But you know what I mean. The ones that go on his ear sometimes or go on his face. You know what I'm talking about. I don't see any of those on him, thank God. He looks nice and clean to me. He looks really clean. See, when I zoom in his ears, I don't see nothing. You see, you could tell where the white is by his ears. That's where the white fur grows. When he grows his winter coat, white fur grows on that part of his ears. Now his ears, they look like they're shaved. He has no hair on his ears compared to like the winter time. It's pretty amazing how like the deers like go through that, fur changes, like throughout all the seasons. Oh my God, I was looking at pictures on my phone last year on July 4th. I remember it was 4th of July. His antlers were already like full grown, like that, like the velvets. So that means by this year, by July, they're going to be probably full grown. We'll have an idea of like how big his set of antlers are going to be. Now he's eating his corn. Yeah. Eating your corn? I'll sit down. Let me sit down because I feel like when he looks at me standing up, he thinks I'm leaving. So I'll sit down. I will sit down, my big boy. I'll sit down. You're my big boy? I'm so happy everything is growing. You gotta give a chance for the 4-leaf clovers to grow too, Buck. Don't eat them when they're babies. Yeah, don't eat them when they're babies. Come here. See, he had to check to make sure I wasn't leaving anywhere. Now that he knows I'm not leaving, he's like, all right, I could finish my dinner. I'm telling you, Buck is like my dog. It reminds me of my dog. They're both so needy where they want me to... I mean, with Buck, I don't blame him because, you know, I'm his only company when he eats his dinner and breakfast. So I'm always with him naturally all the time, every day. But with my dog, we're in the same house, you know? So it's like, I don't know why my dog wants me exactly next to her when we're in the same exact house. But Buck and my dog, both of them, if I walk away from them while they're eating, they stop eating and they walk away from their food. And I'm like, really? With Buck, I understand why, because he's probably like, I don't want to eat alone, like staying here at the spot by myself. Like, she left, I'm leaving. But with my dog, I can't understand because I'm like, I'm in the same house as you. Like, you could see me from where you're eating. My husband's like, that's because you spoiled both of them. I said, I know I did. I said, but this big boy, I kind of spoiled him because I feel so bad. Because, like, you know, he's always alone. I mean, I know he doesn't mind being alone. To me, he looks like a happy deer. If he was depressed, he wouldn't probably eat. And he would be, like, you know, losing weight. And his fur would not look as healthy as it is. So I know Buck is not depressed or sad. And he's always wagging his tail with like, you know, being happy. So I know Buck is a happy deer, even though he lives in this forest alone. Every now and then, a doe will pop up in this forest, so he gets to meet another deer every few months. A doe pops up in here. Like, who knows, by summertime, we might see another doe in here, you know? Like we did around fall. It was fall, I think, right? It was around November when that doe came in here. And they definitely got busy, Buck and that doe, because Buck was following her, hanging out with her. They were laying together. So she definitely probably got pregnant with Buck's babies, and it just sucks. We would never see them because I don't know where she went. She ended up leaving right after Christmas. I didn't see her anymore. And I was telling my husband, I was like, now we're not going to meet Buck's baby. So Buck's kids are going to be born somewhere around my neighborhood. I just don't know where. Like, I don't know where that doe went. I wish he would have stayed here until spring because, you know, we could have seen the babies, like Buck's kids. So Buck does have kids probably somewhere. It's just we won't see them. And I would never meet them, which is sad. And that's another thing that's sad too, because when does do come in here in this forest, I don't know, it's because I heard bucks and does don't naturally hang out like all year round, like together, to stay together all year, like, you know, together. I heard it's usually only around like when the bucks, well, not really actually, it's usually around spring, because I heard around fall and winter, the does run away from the bucks, like they don't want to be bothered. And it's usually like mating season, but they run, the girls run, that the boys have to go chase them and stuff. But this big boy, he's happy here, because if he wasn't, he would have followed her. He would have left. And that time, he was in rut when she left. He was still in rut, and he didn't leave. I was so nervous that time when she came here around him being in rut, because I was like, oh God, like, babe, he might leave us now. Because I was like, every time does come in the forest, and the same forest has buck, they always usually come around spring or summer, where he's not in rut, you know? But it showed me a lot how much Buck loves his home and loves, like, you know, seeing me every day. That he chose me and his home. Who the hell's screaming? I just heard like an echo in and screaming. Well, I don't know who that is, Buck. Yeah, so it showed me that Buck chose me and his home over like a girl, over a doe. You know? It makes me feel special. He's so beautiful the way he stands. He's a beautiful, beautiful deer. He really is. Right? You're so cute. He's about to stretch. He's about to stretch. He's stretching right now. Well, that was half a stretch, not even a full stretch. When he does a full stretch, he puts his tail up. Right, Buck? Do your full stretch. Let's see if Red the Cardinal comes. I don't see that one either. All right, everyone. I'm going to get going because I have my mother-in-law inside watching the baby. And like I said, every time I come out here, it's always around the time like she has to cook or go eat or go settle down after work, coming home from work. You know, I feel bad, so I don't want to stay here too long where, you know, it stops her from doing what she's got to do. You know what I mean? It's already, she's doing me a big, huge favor, like a really, really appreciative, huge favor of staying with my son while I get to feed Buck. Because honestly, if I didn't have that, I don't know how I would have fed him, like, you know, the meals. Like breakfast, okay, yeah, my husband's home, but dinner, it would have been harder, you know, if I didn't have nobody. So thank God for that. That's why I appreciate my in-laws so much because they literally go out and beyond for me. And my mother-in-law knows how important Buck is to me, so she tells me, like, go feed him. No, go feed him. Go do what you got to do. Like, what? I told my mother-in-law the way I had a block with the fence from him jumping because my father-in-law found out that he was eating a few of the bushes. She was like, no, you could pull the fence out because what if he wants to, like, what if the state or the city goes in there to clean it sometimes, you know, once every 6 months and he feels comfortable to stay on outside. She was like, just remove it. Give him the opportunity to come on outside. I said, yeah, but then he eats stuff and then your husband's going to get mad. And she was like, don't worry about it. She was like, I already told him that Buck is allowed to stay on outside. So now I'm like, should I move the fence again or leave it the way it is? I don't know. I don't know what to do. But you know the way Buck is, guys. He'll start eating stuff. And then, you know, and I don't want him to get in trouble. Like, I don't want my father-in-law to start resenting him, you know, to look at him like, ugh, like you're the one that always eats my stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So I told my mother-in-law right now, let's just keep him on his side. I say he's going to have a lot to forage on anyway soon. And then I told her around fall, I'll remove it. Like right before fall comes, I'll remove that fence where I give him the opportunity, like he can come on outside whenever he wants. But I think right now it's best for him to stay on his side because I think when he comes on outside is when he does damage. You know what I mean? Like I said, if this was mine and my husband's property, like, you know, where we lived here by ourselves, it'll be a different story. Buck will be staying on outside all day long. I wouldn't care. But remember, deers, they like to forage on bushes, flower beds, and things like that. So it's like your house in front of your property could look so pretty. You could have so much flowers, colorful flowers, and beautiful green bushes. And then you have 1 or 2 deers hanging out in front of your property. Forget it. They will make it look like an abandoned house. It's not even abandoned, like a dead zone. Because there'll be nothing left of the beautiful stuff, colorful stuff. You know what I mean? But he's a happy boy even when he's on his side. He's not going nowhere. Did you eat all your corn? You still have more? Oh, you still have more? All right, so I'm going to get going. Oh, look who came, Bluey. Hi, Bluey. There's my pretty boy. You flew away. I don't know if that was Bluey, actually. Because usually Bluey will stay and like turn his head and look at me when I say his name. So I don't know if that exactly was Bluey. But any blue jay that comes by itself, I always call Bluey. I usually know when Bluey's Bluey because he'll start doing like that scream that they do. The blue jays do. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to get going. And I will be back tomorrow morning with another video. I hope everybody has a great evening and a good night. Me and Buck, we're having a pretty good evening. I'm sure he's having a good evening. Right, big boy? Yeah. All right, everyone. I will be back. So everyone, have a great rest of the evening. Me and this big boy will be back tomorrow morning with another video. Ciao for now.